shit out. All right, welcome to another edition of the Real Sports Show, everybody. We're back live tonight. As I told you guys, we're gonna be back here live, and we're gonna here to hit y'all with my entertainers for the night, my guest host for the night. Everybody, y'all know B Brown, Mr. Brian over here. And then you got Dougie Doug over here. Y'all already know your boy Mark, aka the Vet. What's going on, party people tonight? How y'all feeling out there? We are back live. We've been gone for so long, and I've missed y'all so much. They missed y'all so much, though. You ain't know how the last show ended, and we ain't going back that far, though. But we all gonna hit y'all with some good stuff tonight, though. So, our first topic of the hour tonight will be preseason games number one from last night. How do y'all feel about preseason game number one? We're gonna talk about first the quarterbacks, the quarterbacks from the draft. One, Kyler Murray being in there. How did y'all feel about Kyler Murray last night? Kyler Murray went he was 4 for 4. He was 6 and 7 for 44 yards, no passing touchdowns. He had 1 sack last night, and all of his passes, as everybody was saying today, was really short passes.
What do you expect when you're talking about the preseason? At the end of the day, no quarterback is going to give you anything more than the basics. You're not looking for anything more than the basics.
Right.
Well, when you are playing preseason, for me, preseason doesn't count. I mean, it's just like you're not really going up against the number one defense. One quarter, you go up against the number one defense, number one offense. And that's what we're saying from Kyler Murray. The Cardinals have a long season ahead of him. He did do all dink and dunks. He did do all short passes.
Yeah.
We don't even know if his arm is able to throw that far. I mean, in college, yes, but this is the pros.
Right.
And you have to do something. You have to produce.
Yeah.
If you don't produce, then you're wasting time.
Pretty much. I believe that, and I agree with that too. And even Daniel Jones.
But you're putting too much on the situation. At the end of the day, it's preseason.
Right.
Nobody expects for you to come out and throw 100 yards in the preseason.
Right.
You have to solidify and save yourself for a 16-week season that's coming up. All you want to know right now is, are you understanding the playbook? What is the chemistry like between you, the receivers, your running backs, the tight ends? You just want the basics. You want to understand and know that when you get in tight situations, you understand. But basically, this is more or less to take a look at the rookies that you just brought on.
Right.
What are you bringing to the table? Do I need to keep you, or did I waste my time?
True.
But that's basically what the preseason.
Well, Daniel Jones last night he had a great first 5 drives that he had. He was 5 for 5, 67 yards, 1 passing touchdown. I mean, when you compare the two, Daniel Jones actually kind of moved the ball a little bit more downfield than Kyler Murray did, even though Kyler Murray wasn't getting a lot of throwing downfield passes. He was getting them short dink and dunk passes that he had to do. And if you see Daniel Jones was more moving the ball downfield. So if I had to say anything, I want to see more out of at least Kyler Murray's perspective. I want to see more of out of these players a little bit going down the preseason.
Well, I mean, Daniel Jones just got drafted, right?
Right.
And he threw for how much?
He threw for 67 yards in the preseason. It was pretty good.
67 and a touchdown, right?
Right.
That means he pushed the rock.
Yeah.
He pushed it downfield.
Right.
That doesn't look good for Kyler Murray. They both are rookies.
Yeah.
And he came in and he's throwing a touchdown.
Right.
And he's pushing the drive.
Even though it's
Kyler Murray is just thinking and dunking. They're trying to make sure that he can fit their offensive scheme.
Right.
That's it.
It's not about whether it looks bad or not. This isn't an evaluation of whether or not he's bad. At the end of the day, what you want to know is, does he understand the playbook? He's brand new.
We got that part though.
That's it.
But so is Daniel Jones.
Right. I get.
Exactly.
But now
his chemistry showed last night that he absolutely is understanding the playbook, and he's absolutely developing a relationship with his receivers, which is great for the season. That's good for them. That means when they get into practice this week, they can move forward with something else.
Right.
With Kyler Murray, they still trying to understand and teach him what it is to be a pro. It's not a bad or a good look right now. It's the first preseason game. It's the first time you're getting on the field and you're playing against something that isn't in the same uniform as you.
Right, we get that. And I mean, I'm not saying that's not what we getting here, is that we seeing what you are. Every Giant fan that we seen out there, Giants fans was going bananas crazy that they did not want Daniel Jones here, that they wanted Sam Darnold here, that they wanted Eli to go fourth, and everything else. Now that you're hearing all these Giants fans that have now turned the wheel, they did a whole 360 from what they said during the draft time frame, over the summer time frame, that their owner didn't make no sense of drafting a quarterback of his caliber, that he didn't make any common sense of basically saying that, oh man, this is going to be some, the owner said this is going to be some talent. This is going to be something that he's going to be a phenomenal football player going forward for the Giants. What we're saying here is that he looked good. Daniel Jones looked good in his first preseason game, better than, I would have to say, Kyler Murray. And if you really wanted to do anything, he kind of looked good in my Washington Redskins player, Dwayne Haskins, though. Last night, though, even though Dwayne was going down the field, he was trying to go more downfield with the pass and play, with the game, than Kyler Murray was. And Daniel Jones actually got a touchdown out of this. Dwayne Haskins threw 2 picks last night. But his reads he wasn't really looking at his reads last night, though.
Again, you're talking about rookies who are trying to understand what it is to be a pro. They expect it to make mistakes. This is where you want them to make the mistakes.
Right.
This is where you want those things to happen.
Right.
Because it's a learning process.
Right.
Before you get into the 16-week season.
I agree.
We expect this. Nobody is expecting for them to play lights out right now. So it's nothing more than a conversation of they're learning.
Well, what we really want to see, and I guess you can agree with me this too, and I guess you can agree, we want to see that okay, I want to see the energy that you can bring downfield. Because right now there's a quarterback battle going on in Washington. We need to see who could potentially go down the field, who could potentially move the rock, who could potentially move this ball so effectively. I didn't get a glimpse of Colt McCoy last night, though, and nobody did. So I'm hoping that I get a glimpse of Colt McCoy in the second game and to see how he goes downfield.
Speaking as a Redskin fan, you know what you're going to get from Colt McCoy.
Well,
you get the same thing from Colt McCoy every year. Either I'm going to bomb that jump down the field,
okay,
or I'm going to stand on the sideline and hold this clipboard and make it look pretty, babe.
Okay.
That's what you're getting from Colt.
At the end of the day, take a page out of Philly's book. We learned a hard lesson last night about what it means to give more to your backups.
Right.
We lost one.
Right. You didn't
lose him for the season, but we lost one because, again, out there trying to do too much.
Speaking.
All you need to do is what it is that's expected of you. Show that you understand the playbook, that you are developing a relationship with the receivers that you're going to play with throughout the season, throughout the rest of these preseason games, and in practice. It's developing a core relationship. That's all you're doing here. And understanding and knowing what the opposing team is bringing your way, knowing how to read defenses other than the one that wears the same uniform as you. It's a learning curve.
I agree.
But most teams need to take a page out of what happened to Philly. Doing too much means folks get hurt.
So, are you saying that you lost Nate Sudfeld last night?
Yes, he is down. He will not be playing in the
He's
next
out
preseason game.
6
He's not gone for the season, but he is gone for the rest of the preseason.
He's out for 6 weeks.
He's
though.
gone for the rest of the preseason.
Wait a minute. What, Nate Sudfeld, a former Washington Redskins player?
Yes, he was.
And a rookie with us?
Yes, he was. He was a bench player for you, yes.
Yes, he was the bench player. He was the third string quarterback for the Washington Redskins, though, even though we got rid of him and he went off to Philly. But I also think that Washington could have kept him, too, as well, because he was a developing quarterback, though. And he kind of showed that last night. He broke his wrist.
He showed that.
He showed a pretty promising future with the. He can show promising future going forth with you all as well, though. But
I don't think he showed a promising future with us at all.
I mean, in preseason he kind of did.
Look what we had to go through last year for quarterbacks.
But we didn't. We got rid of him by that time.
Exactly.
So
what difference do you think he would have actually made?
Well, that would have solidified a 3-quarterback set because I believe we lost 4 quarterbacks in 1 year, and then we had the 4.
What we should be discussing and where we should be looking is at what it is that you saw out of these rookies that you went and drafted. For Cleveland absolutely has hit a gold mine with what it is they have in their staffing and in their players. They are going to be a force to reckon with this year.
If they keep that same up-tempo offense.
Washington, on the other hand, is struggling. But it's nothing new to the conversation. Your struggle is because, yet again, you keep trying to piece together something that can't be done. You can't buy a team. And it's what's happening. You continually keep trying to buy players that don't necessarily fit what it is that you're bringing to the table.
What?
I can say the same thing about Tennessee. They played a heck of a game last night against us. And they absolutely showed us that we got to learn that we can't go out here and think that because we won a Super Bowl 2 years ago that, we are on this chopping block or this crusade that we're going to not be looked at as needing to prove something. And at this point, we don't. All we need to do is understand and learn how to play together. And that's what we did not see out of a lot of those games last night.
I did.
A lot of the teams that were on the field had no team camaraderie. They did not look like they understood what it was they were supposed to do. And I don't necessarily put a lot of this on the players. It's on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
What are you coaching in practice?
Well,
because a lot of these defensive players looked like they were lost. They were standing on the island trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do.
Because I can say that effectively, though, because of one thing and one thing only. When I seen Washington in there up, and I seen Cleveland pushing that up-tempo defense up-tempo offense that they were using last night, though, this man basically shredded the whole defense. Baker Mayfield basically shredded the whole defense in about 4 minutes. It took him 4 minutes to literally get downfield. 4 minutes to throw 4 passes, hurry up offense. Defense was stunned the whole entire game last night. Defense was stunned about how powerful this offense moved that ball. And with us thinking that it's going to be an easy kind of game, that Cleveland really didn't have nothing to bring to the table like that, though. And us thinking that, okay, our defense is like that. None of our really starters kind of played last night, though. But I will give credit where credit is due. Jimmy Moreland played a hell of a game last night with 2 forced fumbles last night. I will give credit where credit is due. He gave up 2 forced fumbles last night. One on the goal line, which saved us that drive on the touchdown play in the first quarter. Then it was another one in about the second quarter that he kind of got for us that time too. But Jimmy Moreland played a hell of a game last night, though. And
again, but what you're getting away from is the fact that, like I said, and not just the Redskins game. You can say that in all, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe was it Arizona that did a complete shutout of the team they was playing against, or was it Green Bay?
It was Baltimore. Baltimore played a hell of a game last night too.
Well, Baltimore
Did they do
also
a
played with
shutout?
Lamar
Okay.
Jackson
Please shut up.
longer than what they were supposed to too.
Again, at the end of the day, it shows something in the caliber of what it is that I'm saying. You have a bunch of players that are standing around, and I'm not talking about your vets, because most of your vets you're putting on the sideline after maybe the first series, maybe the second.
Right.
Your rookies are on the field and lost. They have no understanding of what to do. As a coach, that troubles me, because it tells me that you're in practice, but you're not learning.
Right.
You're not grasping what it is that is the flow of how we need to be as a team. which again is why the preseason really doesn't matter. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a look at what it is you have spent the time investing in drafting, and or what you may have bought in from free agency, all of the above. And if you don't get the camaraderie down to where everybody is on the same page and understanding what their job is, then you're gonna have a lot of what you had last night, which was I was embarrassed to be a football fan and to be a football coach. I've never seen such horrible play in my life. And these is from professionals who get paid every day to play. It was embarrassing.
Well, we have a comment from a Cowboy fan who should be worried, though. And we're going to come up with that next. What up, Julius? Your Deadskins might be in trouble. They're not in trouble yet, but we're going to get on your team in just a minute now. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. We're going to get on your team in just a heartbeat. But the way Baltimore played last night, though, was a complete game last night, though. And a lot of people said that, and what I was really looking for was Lamar Jackson to actually start running the football a little bit more as a mobile quarterback. I was kind of looking for that. Just to see some glimpses. Wait a minute, I'm going to tell you why. I want to see some slight glimpses of him running the ball. But he actually stayed in the pocket, which was smart. He actually delivered the ball out of the pocket effectively last night. And he's showing that he has growth in that pocket. Now, as we all know, Baltimore don't really have that many backup quarterbacks that much. And you don't even know who the hell their backup quarterbacks are except for RG3, who is also injured for this year. I mean, he got injured in practice. Yes, we're talking about practicing, people. He got injured in practice, as my brother would say.
How can you be injured in practice?
We talk about practice here.
Probably,
Yeah. So, Baltimore played a complete game shutout last night, though, and Jacksonville just looked like they were lost. And I don't know how a defense that was ramped up all season long, they were ramping up. They're talking about, yeah, we're going to do something. We're going to make some changes. We're going to make this happen. We're going to make that happen. But in the same token of breath, though, they looked lost last night, though. Their rookies looked lost.
I repeated it over and over again.
I know you said that.
It was a sad day for a football fan, any real coaches who coach football. What you saw last night was a disgrace.
Yeah.
It's a shot to all of these predominant college coaches who have had these players on their teams. They absolutely look like they forgot how to play.
Yeah, I agree with that too. One time, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
What I was going to say is really quick. As far as Lamar Jackson, you want him to stand in the pocket.
I do.
You want him to show that he's capable of standing in the face of pressure and delivering the ball.
I agree.
Because if he starts running and starts moving, defense can zero in on that.
I agree.
So now they're going to make him one-sided. But with him using his arm versus his legs, then you know you have to prepare for a dual threat.
You might get 15 years out of a pocket passer than you might get out of a mobile quarterback. Yeah, I agree with that.
Understand? And there was only one mobile quarterback that has ever won a Super Bowl, and that was Doug Rams.
Well, that's not true.
What's the name of another mobile quarterback won Super Bowl? He wasn't mobile.
He was.
He wasn't that mobile.
He wasn't mobile.
He wasn't known for mobility.
He wasn't.
He was known for throwing the ball.
He wasn't.
Brett Favre was.
He wasn't mobile like that. Joe Montana wasn't mobile at all.
He was.
No,
but Brett Favre stayed in the pocket more than he did running the ball though.
Got one more.
You just named three.
And Steve Young,
hold
up. Steve Young did though. He stayed in the pocket.
He did. He did.
Young ran the ball. He moved.
He ran when it was necessary for him to run.
Again,
Steve Young was standing. Majority of his season, Steve Young stood in the pocket.
That's just like running color hand.
He was a mobile quarterback.
He was mobile, but okay.
That's not mobile to me. Mobile to me is
you taking the
you
read
taking
option.
off the read option and you going off.
I agree
Not
with
standing in the corner and the pocket is collapsing and then you take off because the pocket is collapsed. You trying to create a play.
Yeah.
That's not mobile to me.
Then you might as well say Alex Smith is.
Because that's the case that 98% of the league will be mobile then.
But that is what this league is transferring over to. It's transferring over to mobile.
I'm sorry, if we gonna do that, then Tom Brady would never be mobile, and he has more rings than anybody in the league.
that's a different.
But Tom Brady got over 100
You're
yards.
talking about.
Doesn't matter, but y'all just sat here and said
Wait a minute. The
that
league-
it's turning
The
mobile.
league is turning mobile.
Yeah, it is. Right.
So
At the
if
end
it's
of the
turning
day,
mobile, that means
Tom
98% of the teams in there,
Tom
they got a
Brady-
mobile quarterback, right?
Tom Brady is a different.
How?
beast.
Yeah, he's different. Breed.
Isn't he a quarterback?
Excuse
But he a
me,
breed of
he's
his
a
own.
different beast. He doesn't need to be mobile.
Yeah.
His coaches have designed.
But if you look
his,
at it like
his
this, a lot of
playbook
mobile
for
quarterbacks
him
don't
not
last long.
to need to be mobile.
A lot of
It's
mobile
designed
quarterbacks
for
don't
the
last long.
players around
'Cause they
him
get hurt.
to work.
They get hurt.
It's just his job to deliver.
Listen.
I mean, that
over
is
the
fact,
last, that is, I give him that, but over the last 10 years, name a mobile quarterback that's won the Super Bowl.
There
The
hasn't
last
been
10
one.
years.
No.
Hasn't
Right.
been one.
No.
Exactly.
No. 10 years?
The last 10 years.
Seahawks. Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I give you that. Because
Facts.
he is a mobile quarterback.
Facts.
Russell Wilson is a mobile quarterback.
Well, yeah.
I give you that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Russell Wilson
Okay.
is an outstanding mobile quarterback.
Back to-
Absolutely.
Well, if you're
Which-
5'3" and you throw it in the pocket, you ain't got no damn
I
quarterback.
mean, yeah.
Again, you don't want that from Lamar Jackson because, again, as I said, you learn from Philly. We lost a backup quarterback
Yeah.
in the preseason. It should never happen.
Could he stay healthy?
And Cam went to the Super Bowl.
Didn't win.
No, he did not win.
Didn't win. That don't count.
He didn't win, but he went.
Yeah, but that don't count.
But he didn't win.
All
We
right.
said
But now,
winning.
moving forward, let's talk about now that Julius is still, hopefully he's still on there. Let's talk about these Cowboys for a second and how bad did this is this a bad situation for the Cowboys, or is this a okay kind of situation going forward with Ezekiel Elliott not playing until he gets a contract done, as he has stated now, with being down in Mexico? And does this hurt his team going forward? Or does this kind of saying, okay, well, we can try to do this without him, being that there are two other players on the team that need money, which is Dak, Amari wants a new deal, and you got Zeke that want a new deal. So how does this all play out to you, Joker?
Again, Dallas is a different organization. They're always going to be a different organization. There's a couple of NFL teams you can say this about. They would be one, New York is another, and New England would go in that bracket as well. They have ownership that understands it's not about one place.
Right.
Jerry Jones is not convinced about Ezekiel Elliott. Is this a bad situation? Sure. No team wants to lose what they pretty much gave the house to get.
Right.
But at the end of the day, in Jerry's world, the next man is stepping up. And the next man is absolutely ready to do exactly what it is Zeke has done. Why? Because Jerry has groomed it to be that way. When he goes out and he picks what comes to his team, he isn't picking because you look good. He's picking because he understands and knows if this one goes down, I can count on you to step up. Henceforth, when he got rid of Dez Bryant, they haven't lost the beat yet. If anything, they've expanded and stretched out.
Whoa, they lost their beat because
Let me
when.
finish.
Okay, go ahead. Go
They've
ahead.
expanded and stretched out because why? One, they now have become a receiving core where they share the ball. It's not a, oh my God, I got to break my neck to make sure that I get the ball to this one player, because if I don't, it's going to be a problem or it's going to be an issue on the sideline. They're growing, and Dak is getting better for it.
Okay.
Henceforth, why it is Dak is going to get his deal, because he understands how to play the game.
Okay.
As far as Jerry goes, you go as Jerry wants you to go,
Okay.
not as you telling Jerry how you want it.
Well,
Can I comment real quick?
okay, go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So, we all seen. Now, it was a year that Zeke was suspended for like 6 games, right?
Exactly.
Right. Facts.
We seen what happened.
It hurt Dallas.
It hurt Dallas.
After they won, after
Let
they
me get
beat
it
us.
out.
Okay, go ahead.
It hurt Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurt Dallas at a pivotal time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cost them their playoffs.
Cost them.
Yeah.
We see that team goes as far as Ezekiel Elliott carries it.
Yeah.
He puts that offense on his back.
Yes.
Yes.
Without him, you're looking at an average quarterback.
That.
Because Dak Prescott is an average quarterback. If I had a beast like Ezekiel Elliott standing in the backfield and all I got to do is hand the ball off, and I know he's going to get them yards, and then I can do a little quick dink and dunk over the top with Amari Cooper, I ain't got to put in that much work. But when he leaves as the quarterback without Ezekiel Elliott, it's a failure.
Well, winning percentage-wise, with Zeke, goes up to maybe about 50%. They got a 55%, 60% chance of winning the game.
That's a heck of a lead.
Who's the
Zeke.
backup?
No, it's Alfred Morris.
I mean, Morris. That's
Alfred Morris.
1,000 yards.
Well, with Zeke, it's about 65% chance they win the game. Without Zeke, you're looking at a ratio of about 45% chance of them winning the game on the arm of this Dak Prescott. Now, Dak Prescott only changed that motive. He changed that around a little bit, though, after he played against us and Alfred Morris had a blast of a game. That running game, see, every quarterback needs that pressure taken off of him a little bit, though. And if your run game is going forth and your run game can average over 100 yards while rushing off of maybe 22 carries a game, then you damn sure right they can win a game. Anybody can win a game off of 100 yards rushing, and it's about 20, and they get the bulk load of the carries, and you're taking the pressure off that quarterback that's sitting in the back. Now, if Dak had to go out there and just constantly throw the ball 40 times, you cancel Christmas.
Which makes my point on why that they need to give Zeke his money. Because without giving this man his money, you're looking at a subpar team.
Clearly, you didn't understand what I said. And maybe I need to.
I mean, I'm just being honest. I understand what you're saying about Jerry's world.
It is Jerry's world.
It's always going to be Jerry's world. Where Jerry needed to go ahead and strap up the helmet, stand back there, the halfback position, and tote the rock.
If you haven't seen it, Jerry does it. That's why he's on the sideline. Jerry does it all.
He need to suit up. Suit up, baby.
Jerry is the coach of the team. Jerry does everything.
Jerry's the coach, the quarterback, the defensive coordinator.
Here's the bottom line. Zeke can enjoy Mexico, as I can tell you right now. If it hasn't already happened, it's going to happen. That check will be cut, and it will be issued to him, and he can cancel his season as a wrap. He can cancel his career as a Cowboy as a wrap. What you do not do is hurt the seal.
Is this making too much?
The seal is just like that NFL seal that Goodell
the shield
protects. I said seal.
Oh, he said seal, not shield.
Not shield, but seal.
NFL is the shield. There's the difference. That is Jerry's baby.
Yes.
What you don't do is hurt Jerry's baby.
Right.
He has done that. It's been a multitude of stars that Jerry has said bye to.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have
Tony Romo
hurt
was one of them.
The
baby.
product.
You don't hurt the baby. He just did that. And you absolutely did that when this man went to bat for you and absolutely almost lost millions of dollars trying to fight a commissioner for you for a situation that you created for yourself. Henceforth, what you've done again going into this season, which he already knew he was going to lose you anyway. So now, instead of bringing your behind in and helping the team, you're now continuing to hurt the team on top of the fact that you're already going to hurt them when the season comes because you're going to get suspended again.
Well, actually, they didn't say they was going to suspend him.
Roger Goodell is going to suspend him. Whether it comes out now or it comes out later, you're going to get suspended for absolutely hurting the shield.
Yeah.
You hurt the shield because you did not conduct yourself in the manner in which they expect for you to do when you play for the NFL. That's coming.
Right.
Jerry has no time for that.
But
you can pretty much pack his bags. He's done.
Well, in the same token of breath, though, is you got to think about it like this. And the way I think about it is, he was already one suspension away from being a year.
It's not about the year.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. It's about one. He's already one suspension away from being a year.
Yeah.
And I think, in the long aspect, you're making Zeke is problem. Zeke has come in and made so much noise. If he let his game do his talking for him, I believe that they would have more to. You would have more. You wouldn't have nothing to say on his off game. But if he'd have just shut up and just played the game like he wanted to, and did the things that we're supposed to do, then the game would go forth and do whatever.
It's not all the way accurate.
Yeah, but if you look at it, who do he remind you of?
Well, he absolutely
Did the same
reminds
thing.
me of a Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders, T.O.
Henceforth, why I say
T.O.
Deion,
was the biggest one.
Why I say Deion a little bit more than T.O.
Deion was pretty boy.
Because Deion was pretty. His play absolutely spoke for him.
Yes.
But the problem was that he magnified himself on a level that was just beyond
Football.
the team, the organization. It was them and me.
Right.
And that's where Zeke has put himself. The problem is
Zeke don't have the same
you're
credentials.
amazing on the field.
But you're a horrible.
You can do amazing things on a football field.
Yes.
No one can take that away from you.
Right.
But what you haven't understood is that just as amazing as you are on the field, you take away from all that amazement when you shine negative light on your team.
Yeah.
Because now we can't focus on game planning or celebrating that amazing victory we just had. Because now we got to talk about what you did on the off season at a concert that had nothing to do with football, and it affects not just you. It's the owners, it's the coaches, it's the rest of the players on the field. Because when they step in that interview room, they're not being asked about, well, it was amazing that you had 10 catches and 6 touchdowns tonight. It's, well, what can you tell me about Zeke's mind frame and what it is he's got going on? It's a distraction, and it takes away.
I can say the same thing that's going on in Washington as well. Washington got the same thing with left tackle Trent Williams. Trent Williams is holding out of his contract because of the fact of the matter is that he wants somebody fired on the medical staff with dealing with his injuries, or 2, he wants to either be traded or doing something else with it.
Well,
because of the fact of the matter is that he wants a new deal. Can he get a new deal of money, or can he just get this? Now, I can say that for my team aspect of life is that do we really need Trent or do we not really need Trent? Trent is a injury case. He has been an injury case. Even though he made the Pro Bowl 8 times, or 8 or 9 times, he has made the Pro Bowl 8 or 9 times as being a left tackle. He is the strongest, one of the strongest left tackles in the league today, and anybody would be proud to have him on their team.
I don't know about that.
That'd be anybody would be proud to have him on his team.
I don't know about that.
Anybody would be proud to have him on their team today, and I guarantee that if you put him on the market, anybody will go grab him.
Well,
But in the same token of breath, though, is this that
I let the race.
being that example though is that you're willing to hold out until you get a new deal, which we're potentially going to give you anyway, because of the fact of the matter is that we do need you on our team. But I wouldn't give him a new deal. I would just move on from it.
No. I'm totally against that.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because despite the fact that he stays injured,
Yeah.
when he's in the game, he produces.
Exactly.
So, for me, as long as you produce and you're one of the strongest left tackles in the game, and you're one of the best left tackles in the game, I don't see why you shouldn't pay him his money. You're paying everybody else.
Facts.
And this is one person, if he go to another team, he's going to shine at left tackle.
He is. Not really.
Yes, really. Yes,
but everybody
really.
that does leave Washington, everybody
leaves Washington, goes to another team and shine.
James Crowder just shined last night.
I'm sorry. And that's my team.
Here's the thing. One, I will give Daniel Snyder this, and this is always the topic of the conversation. I don't know why you as Redskin fans don't mention it. It's the only piece to the puzzle that does not work for your team.
What's that?
I'm telling you. I will give Daniel Snyder credit for the medical staff that he has. You have Dr. Andrews. He has performed surgery on every single player in the league when it comes to the injuries that Trent Williams has. He's done AP, both of his knees. The man is amazing. So, in that aspect, I don't necessarily see where Trent Williams has a problem. What I do see in his argument is that he's giving his. He's been with you all, what, 13 seasons now?
Yeah, about a good 13
14
seasons.
seasons now?
Good 13, 14.
14 losing seasons.
I agree.
I'm aware where he is. His thought process now is, I'm winding down to where I need to make a move that is going to solidify when I'm done with football. And I absolutely would hold out as well. Give me my money. I've earned it.
You have earned
I've earned it.
Correct.
You earned it.
I've earned it.
Correct.
Okay, wait.
So we're
I've
actually on the
earned
same
it.
page then.
You earned.
I've
Wait a
earned
minute.
Correct.
There's no other argument discussed.
There is.
I've earned it.
You earned your money, which is why we paid you.
You didn't.
You did get paid.
He didn't.
He got paid.
He didn't.
He got paid his money.
No,
He's
he didn't.
asking for more.
He didn't.
So you trying to tell me this man didn't get 100? I mean, almost damn near 100 mil.
Left tackle in the league, and he's underpaid for most of it.
How does he underpaid? He was the most high-paid left tackle in his time.
At the left tackles in the league.
Now,
Making.
What they're making now? Am I correct? What they're making now, right?
Look at the left tackles in the league. He's underpaid.
Yeah, I would say now he is. Yeah, but in the same aspect of life, though, is that I wouldn't hold out.
Yeah,
For me,
I would.
For me, I wouldn't hold out. For me, I've already let.
So I'm gonna let you use me till I have nothing left, and then you're gonna wash me away.
We're trying.
You're gonna wash me away, and then you're gonna offer me chump change, which at the end of the day, when I got to go home and I'm broke up, and I can't do with my kids what I want to do, I gotta live off that pension you giving me, because that pension you giving me ain't enough.
I agree. Well, that's where it comes down to. You should have said.
It's not to come down to pay me my money. I've earned it.
Well, if you said,
I've earned it.
Well, he's trying.
Henceforth, what you just said. If he goes anywhere else, they probably are gonna offer him his money. But the beautiful thing about people who leave Washington is they go to teams where their roles change, which means they're not asked to be able to carry the team on their shoulders because they don't have to.
All he was carrying was an offensive line.
It doesn't matter. Pay the man
He's
his money.
carried
He deserves
the
it.
entire offensive
Pay the
line
man.
every season. He is the reason that you have quarterbacks.
That is true.
Pay the man.
Pay him.
Pay him. Just pay him his money. He's worth it. He's worth it.
I'm not saying that he's not worth the money.
Daniel Snyder is. And it's the reason why y'all will never win.
Wait a minute.
When you get a new owner who cares, you'll
We'll never
start
get a new
to learn.
owner.
I said
You can hate Jerry Jones all day long.
We will never get a new owner.
Understand the difference at why it is Dallas is in every conversation, even when they're losing. Because at the end of the day, he cares about his players.
that is true.
Why? Because the brand functions when you absolutely take care of your players. You have an owner who cares less. Henceforth, why are you still playing on the field that cost you your greatest quarterback that would have led you somewhere had you not have thrown him away to the Wolves? You're still playing on a raggedy field today that he keeps patching every year just to get by to pass the league's inspections.
I agree. I totally agree with that. And I'm not even saying, I wouldn't even say I would not disagree with that. But what I'm saying here is this. Trent, you have done an amazing job with this team, this offensive line. You have done what is asked of you to do every single season. You played injured. You played this way. You played that way. What this team is trying to build this year is around that young quarterback that they got back there now. That young quarterback that's back there now is a right-sided quarterback. And what they're trying to do is build around him, which is henceforth why this team just went from being older to now getting younger. They're getting away from all them old players that they've had on their team and getting the young guys now involved. Which is why they got on defense the youngest players on defense, which is why on offense, they're kind of getting a little younger on offense now. The average offensive player now is, besides Adrian Peterson, besides AP, is in levels of 20s.
Now let me ask you this, because you're already
And Case Keenum. Let
me ask you this.
And
You're a
Alex
Redskins
Smith.
fan.
I'm listening.
Okay. So you saying that the quarterback that we got.
What up, D?
Okay. We going for younger, line younger, everything.
Yes.
Why wouldn't I have a veteran who is experienced to protect that young quarterback's blind side? Because that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
That left side is going to turn into his blind side.
Right.
Because he's going straight down the right side of the
I
field.
agree with that.
So why not pay the best offensive tackle on the left side that we could possibly have?
We gonna give him his money.
And what's the issue then?
But the money is not gonna. It's gonna come with another problem.
More money, more problems. That's what's the life.
It's gonna come with another problem. Why I say that is because what do you have to give up to give him his money?
What do you have to give up?
You're going to give up a little bit of a lot to give him his money.
But is he worth it? Yes.
He has done what is solidified as what he needs to do. Now I'm
That's
not
not what
saying
I asked you. I
Yes, he's
asked
worth
you,
it.
was he worth it?
Yeah, he's
and
worth
if
it.
he's worth it, you're going to pay him. Pay the man.
Gotta move on.
Pay the man.
We got a little bit. Okay,
Gotta move on.
okay. Now, moving forward. Now everybody's known that the Oakland Raiders are on Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks episode showed on TV this past week, and everybody's been watching this past week. If you didn't get a chance to see it, go watch it again. Go get a chance to watch it. The biggest name coming out of Oakland right now, Antonio Brown, playing the organization. That was one of our comments. David Curry said, "Fellas, what's up?"
Hey, David.
Yeah. So Antonio Brown has been the biggest topic going on in training camp for the Oakland Raiders. First is his feet. He has feet problems getting out of cryogenesis chamber, and his feet are all messed up now because this fool didn't want to wear socks in the cryogenic. When it was in the cryogenesis plant.
Please, let's understand.
Well, hold on. Then now he's stating, and I quote. Hold on now. I quote from AB. "I am not playing another game unless I can wear my helmet." Then he did not show up for training camp. I mean, nobody's heard from him since the last time he showed up at training camp. What is going on with that situation?
Nothing is going on with that, as I said earlier in this conversation. Most of these players now have taken on. They are bigger than their team.
Okay.
They are bigger than most of these organizations.
Okay.
He's one of those. But understand something. He's the spin of Odell Beckham. He showboats and absolutely looks to get the camera light on him at all the times where it really doesn't matter. This here really, it doesn't matter. It's a way for AP to stay in the conversation to get talked about.
Okay.
He likes that. Henceforth, why I'm quite sure if you go to his Facebook or Twitter page, he's tweeting, he's talking. AB will be on. He'll be on the field.
Yeah.
He's not gonna pass up making his money.
He said. Now he also said that he threatens to retire if Antonio Brown threatens to retire over helmet issues.
Let me just jump in this real quick
He
and
ain't
say
retired.
this.
He not
AB, straight to you, my bro. Stop acting like a premature prima donna pussy. That's what you're acting like, my man.
Pussy.
Because you crying and complaining about a helmet, nigga. A helmet? Really? Come on now. You just got to this team, my nigga. You been playing with the same team your whole career. And we ain't never hit nothing in Pittsburgh about you crying about a helmet. Now when you get to Oakland, you are supposed to be the best wide receiver in the game. And you're crying? You're crying over a helmet?
Same exact
Stop
thing.
the pushiness.
Let's
No crying in
understand
football.
that the league is making this change.
Right.
But even with the league making the change, please understand, like I said, he's the opposite of Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham does dumb stuff to get attention.
Okay, Odell Beckham did that
Let me
dumb
finish.
stuff.
Odell
He
Beckham
does-
did multiple dumb
He
shit.
does dumb stuff to get attention, but it's dumb stuff that affects the team.
But is he doing that in Cleveland?
No.
He would.
Give him time.
It hasn't gotten there yet.
Give it
You walking yourself into something that you don't want to walk in.
Listen, the
Okay.
never changes his spots.
AB is doing this for attention. Preseason is not important. What are they doing? They're in practice. This is the equivalent of AI. We talking about practice.
So wait.
Facts.
Wait. So wait a minute.
Facts.
He says on Hard Knocks, and he says, I know that. He said on camera too.
Cameras.
Okay, but you gonna go for
Show.
Yeah.
It's for show.
So you gonna come in the show, you gonna come on your show, and you gonna bring a big ass hot air balloon to training camp?
Yes. Why?
Yeah. That's just like Jalen Ramsey pulled up in the armor truck.
I'll say
All
it.
level
Yeah.
for show, Slim.
I'll say it again.
What are you coming to a facility in the armor truck for? You not dying,
What
nigga.
hot air
We
balloon
talk,
for?
we talk practice.
Show.
Yes, we talking about practice.
Practice?
This is a new
Not-
team.
Not the game. But
This
but
ain't-
practice.
I wouldn't be surprised if the motherfucker showed up to what's the name of the damn stadium? What's the name of Oakland Stadium? The black hole in a hot air balloon.
Excuse me. At the end of the day,
Awesome.
he
I wouldn't be in line. I wouldn't be in
He
line.
can show up on a camel's back. Guess what you can't do?
What you can? John Gruden is
Guess
pissed.
what you can't. No, he's not.
John Gruden is
No, he's
pissed.
not.
I guarantee you, John Gruden.
Excuse me.
He wants to play with him.
He's
John
pissed.
Gruden had one of the worst.
Okay.
The worst. That ain't the worst.
You talking about Keyshawn Johnson? Is that what you talking about when he was in Tampa?
Talking about Keyshawn, I think he had the likes of Warren Sapp.
Oh please.
John
no
Gruden
worse.
ain't been the same
Warren
since they
Sapp
won
was
the
a bitch,
championship.
though.
Sapp. But here's the
Well,
thing.
actually,
Warren
Mike
Sapp
Allstott
did the
cleaned-
same stuff that AB is doing. He showboated.
Yeah.
He showed out
But he.
doing practice,
Yeah.
but was amazing on the field.
I agree.
No different. John Gruden is not mad. He knows what he has. That's what you cannot do is stop AB on the field. He's going to catch a
Well, he's
enormous
only
amount of
receiving in
passes.
Oakland right now, so he probably catch 1 trillion balls this year.
Well,
My point exactly.
I guarantee you gonna get triple teamed on the field.
It doesn't matter. He's going to catch the ball. You're not going to stop him from catching the ball.
Not if his feet fucked up still.
His feet is not.
If by the time season started, feet gonna be fine.
Well, we don't know that yet.
This
'cause
is for show.
We don't
So-
wear socks.
He'll wear socks during the season. He gonna have his socks on. They probably gonna be black anyway,
Please
but he
understand
gonna
the
have them
antics.
socks.
You got bad
You're falling into something that's doing nothing more than playing into what he wants. Attention. This is practice.
Why do you want so much attention?
It's practice.
Because
it does
he-
not
you
matter
didn't
to
do
him.
this in Pittsburgh. Well, you did this when you left Pittsburgh.
He did it in Pittsburgh. You just didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
Why? Because Mike Tomlin didn't care.
And they keep all that shit internal.
Yeah.
That's facts. But now you on the biggest stage of your life.
Is it?
Yeah, because
it
you're
just
on-
means you gave him a bigger platform to show out.
You on fucking camera.
Exactly.
It's just
He
what-
wants to be. That's
it's
what
just
he
what
looks
new
for.
team- what new
This
team
is
will
the
come.
same one who was on FaceTime Live doing Mike Tomlin's team speech in the locker room that wasn't supposed to be shot live.
That's true too. That
He wants
He
attention.
wants it.
I don't understand AB, but okay. AB wants attention, so we're gonna give him his attention.
We not. What we gonna do is move on.
Stop being the pussy, AB. Get your ass on that field and put the helmet on. Moving on.
Stop eating ass.
All right. So, how did y'all figure out? Do y'all think that now we're going to Pittsburgh? Do y'all think Juju Smith-Schuster can uphold the helms of
No.
the realms of what AB did and produce?
Yes.
for Pittsburgh?
Absolutely.
Yes.
He's already shown you.
He showed that.
It's not a conversation. He's already.
Yes. He can do it. He can be a number one
He did
receiver.
that last year. He already solidified that he can fill that role and he can absolutely be a go-to person.
All right, so here's a funny thing that we heard from 45 today.
45.
45. Yes, I have to bring this up, and if y'all don't know who 45 is, y'all need to go check out record books. Y'all need to go out in history and look at the president's list and see who 45 is.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Really?
Now, 45 says, and I quote from him, Trump would welcome Kaepernick in the NFL if he's good enough. Welcome him back to the NFL. If he is good enough. This came from the president himself, 45 himself today. That he says that I think any NFL team should pick him up if he's good enough. Now, I believe that's a bunch of bullshit. Because he was the main one of the main reasons why Kaepernick is not playing right now and being blackballed right now.
Listen, let me get this one.
Go ahead, get it out. I'm going to shut it down.
He said,
When it comes to Kaepernick, then yes, he could play for any team in the NFL. But when you black eye the NFL, they black eye you back.
Yeah, hey.
That's just straightforward. I don't care if you got the president signed, sealed, and delivered on that motherfucker. Because this is Gordell house. This ain't Trump house. This is Gordell house. And you blackball Gordell. So therefore, he would never, he might as well face it. They gave him his money in court. He won his case, but he would never shoot up with a jersey again.
But did they really give him his money though?
Yeah, they had to.
They didn't give him a lot of money.
Doesn't
we don't
matter.
even actually know how much money he got.
That's disclosed. I wasn't in the car.
I wasn't there.
I don't know.
Let's understand something. Because you changed this whole conversation.
They stupid. So you talk about the tangerine look.
I'm just saying though.
You changed the whole conversation.
I did.
And this probably is going to do it for me because I'm going to be done tonight. It's a topic that by far you could have left out.
I had to bring it up.
Let me finish. He no longer can be considered 45. He doesn't even carry the title that he's supposed to carry. Let's call it what it is. We have a racist, bigot, sorry,
Uncle Tom. Coon.
worthless piece of garbage that somehow, some way, form, or fashion, most of these idiots who call themselves Americans decided to sign over and put in office. He is the reason Colin Kaepernick is not in the NFL, not because of anything more than the fact that he can't stand anyone who takes a stand for people of color. I can't stand him. He's a disgrace to this country. He's a disgrace to the shield that he stands in front of. He's a disgrace to this country.
Amen.
When you speak of it, you give it what it is. You call him what he is. He is not a president of this country.
Hey.
Let's move on.
Alrighty then.
Asshole. Moving on.
All right. So let's move into a little bit of basketball topics here. And we're going to shift gears a little bit. LA.
Now you better talk to me nice when you talking about the LA. Talk to me nice.
Wait a minute. You know I'm in LA too. Hold on now. LA has solidified gold in LA. Now they're relevant again about talking about it.
There's always
Wait a minute. Not only does Anthony Davis resides in LA,
Okay.
Mr. LeBron James
Okay.
resides in LA.
All right.
Mr. Kawhi Leonard now resides in LA.
Okay. He's from there.
With the Lakers.
Wait a minute. I'm not getting there yet. Then Paul George now resides in LA.
Okay.
Two teams, two good superstars on their team.
Okay.
Who dominates this year more than the other team?
Are you asking me a question? Who's going to dominate? I'm about to
Wait.
tell you straight up. It's going to be the Lakers.
You still have a third piece that's coming your way.
Who?
And that hasn't been solidified yet. They're still working.
Who?
You do know that you still have, unless I missed something, because the last thing I heard was that they still was working on Azalea.
Who?
I didn't know that.
Who?
It was from,
Iguodala?
yeah.
He's
Iguodala?
already a Laker.
Okay. I didn't know that.
He's
that
a Laker.
deal- Okay, so
I didn't know they did that deal
well,
anyway.
I was gonna say, I know that was in. I'm a little off with basketball because the focus has shifted now. But if that's the case, then you've answered your own question. That I didn't even need to be brought to the forefront. The Lakers are going to be dominant. It's no way that they're not. I mean, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are not enough.
Yes.
At the end of the day,
Yes.
you're asking Paul George to guard one of the greatest big men to ever do it. Because, again, the Lakers are solidified. You got Boogie in the middle. You absolutely have the Twin Towers together again. But you got the Twin Towers with
Yeah.
whatever the hell
Yeah.
his name is, Iguodala, to go with it with LeBron at the helm. Are you really serious? This is not a conversation.
But, yeah, but the
what has
question
happened?
is-
The Lakers have now turned into the new Golden State.
Yeah, but
They're
could
going
they stay
to
healthy?
win
That's the
multiple
question.
championships.
Listen.
It's not a question.
Let's be
Keep
honest
that
about
healthy.
this. I'm a die-hard Laker fan, okay? Let's get this out the way. When it comes to the Lakers, they are little brothers for a reason. You can get, the Clippers. You can, I say when it comes to the Lakers, the Clippers are our little brothers for a reason.
That's true.
You can go out and get Kawhi. You can go out and get
But you do realize
Paul
Kawhi is
George.
the best two-way player in the league.
But
Yeah.
you do also realize that LeBron James is the best player that's playing right
That
now, right?
does not play defense still play.
Doesn't matter.
That does not
It
play
doesn't
defense
matter.
play.
How many championships has he won not playing defense?
'Cause he
Don't
don't
worry
play
your
defense.
weight.
Does he need to?
Don't worry your weight. 3, right?
Does he need to?
3, right?
Does
Right.
he need to?
Why?
Don't worry your
Does-
weight. He doesn't
Why?
really need
Because the
to.
greatest player to ever
He
play
doesn't
the
really
game.
need to.
Why?
The
I mean, did
greatest
Kobe win
player
playing
to
defense?
ever play the
Kobe
game.
won 5.
The greatest player to ever play the game won 6. And he didn't play a lick of defense.
You a goddamn lie.
6.
Jordan did play defense. Except for the last time.
I am not about to get in that argument.
6. 6. And he didn't play a lick of defense. 6.
You gonna tell me Jordan didn't
6.
play defense?
You go back and look at the tape. Tell me ever where you saw Mike play real defense.
All right, we ain't gonna talk about Mike no more. Mike gets excluded from this
6.
conversation. We don't talk about Michael Jordan in this conversation
So,
right
like
now.
I said,
We're gonna talk about LA versus LA. They play on Christmas.
yeah,
Who you got winning this
the
game?
Lakers.
Clips.
Is it Christmas conference?
Go for
I
the
think
Clips.
it is a conversation
I'm
that
going for
The
the
happens.
Lakers.
Clips. I'm going for the Clips.
What the heck is his name? Anthony Davis.
And
Wash.
LeBron.
and
Excuse me.
Iguodala. That's
One.
4. That's 4.
but
And that's
Anthony
4.
Davis not washed up.
Excuse me.
now for
That's 4.
wait a minute.
And
it's
all
all
you
said and done, he's
managed
gonna
to
be-
give me that the Clippers have to offer is Kawhi and Paul George.
Wait a minute. I'm not done yet. They also got a bench that can come on.
Means what?
This is the same team.
Means what?
This is the same team that was just in the playoffs last year,
you
last
think
season.
so?
They got a
This
young
last
ass
season.
bench.
It's
But
the
they-
same
You got a
team
young bench.
You
who's
gotta
now
have a
playing
young
a
bench.
powerhouse that is going to dominate you before your bench even gets started.
Facts.
But you can't run when you
I
get
love
tired.
you. Wait a minute.
Facts.
Everybody on this show knows I love my Lakers to death. You know it, and you know it.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to this, and what I'm saying, well, we won't really see nothing until we see how Game 1 goes in the regular season and how they progress on and do whatever. And then we got a long ways till Christmas time frame to talk about this. Yes, we do. But for right now, from what the lineups look like, we all favoring y'all are saying that the Lakers are in favor of winning on Christmas.
Yes.
And we are solidified. We ain't going past Christmas yet.
No.
We're not going past Christmas yet. But these two teams will match up.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Well, you can sub, and we can bring him on. You want to tag out and sub out? Well, we gotta let our one of our hosts go tonight. You know, he's feeling a little bit under the weather though, but we want to thank him for being a part of the show tonight. Be love back on the show, y'all. And we're gonna welcome back into the game. right.
He's gone for ladies.
No.
What's up,
Whatever.
y'all?
Anyways, so to
Clippers, I'm going with the Clippers.
he's going with the Clippers. He's going with LA. I'm just gonna stay neutral.
How do you stay neutral when you are a Laker fan?
You know I
That
gotta
doesn't even sound correct, bro.
I gotta stay neutral because I gotta see how this tantrum go together.
Clippers.
You know what you gonna get. You got Kawhi Leonard, you got Paul George.
but
You
I
know what you gonna get.
But you know
Niggas
how
that play defense that can shoot.
But you know how LeBron James and
Well,
his team gotta function together. They gotta put the pieces to the puzzle
The
together.
pieces are there. The pieces that he needed last year that he was missing are there this year.
But you know what I'm shocked to see?
They're there.
Anybody can get hurt.
But wait a minute.
Anybody can give a day.
He ain't gonna get hurt, nigga. Don't be trying to jinx us because you want to go for the Clippers. We can say the same for
That's not my
Kawhi.
team.
Who's your team?
I'm Hawks all day.
You nigga, you. Oh, wait a minute.
I'm playing the Hawks all day.
Wait a minute.
You're
Wait.
irrelevant.
You're irrelevant.
You're irrelevant.
Don't worry, I don't worry about me.
You've been.
irrelevant.
I don't think the Hawks ever won a NBA championship ever.
No.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
I
Thank
don't
you,
worry
love.
about championships.
You gotta worry about championships. You measure that
I don't.
in the league. You worry about it.
I don't.
But now, anyway,
Fundamentals of the game. That's what I like.
that is true.
Fundamentals of the game is what you like, but fundamentals of the game also wins you a championship.
Not all the time.
You telling me you don't?
Not all the time.
Bull.
How many greats that's right now that
Bull.
have championships?
How many of the greats right now don't have a
They
championship?
don't have championships that play fundamentals.
It's a lot of them that don't have a championship because they ran against a player that was greater than them. Greater.
Well, actually, Jordan stopped all of them.
Yeah,
from
Jordan-
getting-
Jordan stopped everybody from getting the goddamn ring.
But before him,
You know why?
so-
Because at that moment and that
it's a
time,
risk.
Jordan was the greatest player in the league. Niggas did not want to go up against him.
All right, but we're gonna shift gears just a little bit.
Jordan couldn't stand the bad boys of Detroit.
But he beat him.
But he beat him.
Fine.
But he beat him. But anyways, we're gonna shift gears here a little bit. I wish you would stayed on, but here we go. Does everybody here think that Carmelo is being blackballed or not being blackballed for the NBA right now because no team will stop and pick him up?
I mean,
Now, Melo has said that he is willing to be a team player and that he is willing to be that vocal point, that vocal voice in the locker room. Melo also said that he missed out on the opportunity of playing with one of the greatest teams that was ever assembled in our timing, the Miami Heat. That he should have played with Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, all of them.
Listen.
It should have never been Bosh.
Listen.
It should have been Melo to play on that team.
Listen. Are we really sitting here
Yeah,
talking about Carmelo Anthony?
Melo had his
He
best game
didn't-
when he played with Denver.
He didn't. He had his best years with
His
them.
best years with Denver. That's it.
Actually, no facts. He had some good years with the Knicks.
No, he
He
did.
had some good
Denver
years with the
had- he
Knicks.
had
No,
Denver might
Carmelo
have been
made his
home.
name in
Denver-
Denver.
He made his name in Denver,
Him and
but
Kmart.
when he went to the Knicks, he had some great years with the Knicks, and never since after that.
He got hurt.
Who played with him with the Knicks? Don't worry, I'll wait. Because he had to do it all. Carmelo pitching the ball in.
Porzingis?
He had J.R.
He
Smith.
had
he had J.R.
but he
Smith,
got
and then
Porzingis at his ending years.
Did
of
he
the
have
Knicks.
Jeremy Lin?
Who?
Jeremy Lin
Who?
was hurt.
Jeremy Lin.
Who?
Lin.
You talking about the nigga that sleeps on other players' couches?
Yeah, him.
Are we really talking about Jeremy Lin in this segment?
But the Jeremy Lin wasn't that bad though when he first started. After that second
Where?
year, after his first year, he went
Listen,
down.
okay, we talking about Carmelo here.
Yeah.
You cannot say that you want to be on a team with this, that, and the third, where, let's be honest, you are what we call older in age, and you are that bench presence that we need. You want to be the main light focus. As long as you want to be the main light focus, you will never get signed to an NBA team again because you don't have the talent anymore to become that main focus of that team. We seen what happened when you was the main focus because you went to New York and was the main focus in New York,
But he-
and y'all didn't even go to the playoffs.
But he was averaging 54%.
54%.
54%.
If I had to shoot the
That's
ball,
my
pass
phone
the
is on
ball,
54%.
jump for the ball, run down the bleachers and call time out by myself, I have it 54% no damn
But
something.
he was averaging 54% from 2-point land.
My phone was on
And
54%.
at least-
I average better every
I
day.
mean, that was from 3-point land at least. He was about
Because he was the Knicks.
exactly.
He was the entire Knicks team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Every jersey was mellow.
Yeah.
Melo played 5-on-5. Melo. What are we talking about here? Come on now.
1-on-10.
Including the bench. He playing the bench.
Including the water boy.
I mean, everybody. He even playing against the nigga that's in the concession stand.
But when but this is what happened to him in Houston, but I didn't know about. They put him on a 10-day contract in Houston. You know, they signed him in Houston. They put him on a 10-day contract.
Okay.
And when he got to San Antonio, he was released.
Okay.
The night prior to the game.
Okay.
And he was like, well, I was about to go to the coach, to the owner, and be like, no, what can I do to help my team out in winning? And the owner said, well, we're no good. We don't need your services here anymore.
Yeah.
And they booted his ass out the damn door.
Because of your... See, now let me
James
break
Harden.
this down. Hold on. Before you say James Harden, let me break this down.
Mm-hmm.
When you are on a team, every coach scouts you, regardless who the freak you are. Every coach scouts you, okay?
Right.
He has a reputation around the league. And as long as he got that reputation around the league, ain't no coach gonna really want to deal with him. He went to San Antonio. San Antonio is a predominant winning team.
Fact.
But he doesn't want to play team ball. You say you're going to go to them tonight and ask them what you can do to help the team out. You should have already known.
But that's 10 games out of the stretch.
10 games, 5 games, 3 games, 1 game.
I mean, what you want?
You want some water?
What you want them to do? It's only, you're not talking about to make it a midway of the season. We're talking about 10 games.
And you wasn't good enough to stay for 10 games?
He was good enough to stay at OKC.
OKC. Wow.
And they had 3.
Wow.
But we knew the problem was at OKC.
Wow. He wasn't doing too much in OKC.
But we know what the problem was in
That's
OKC.
Russie team. That was Russie team.
But where is he at now?
Russie's in Houston with James.
Okay then.
Yeah.
No, was that Russie or James? No, I think James.
No, it was Russie because James been left before Carmelo even arrived there.
He left before.
No, James Harden was still there.
No, he wasn't.
In Houston?
No, James Harden was in Houston.
Yeah.
When Melo played for OKC.
Yeah, Russ and James Harden are playing together now.
Yeah.
But how do you think that actually? But see, the thing about that is Melo gonna be. They need somebody new. Melo needs to go somewhere new. And I think
Phoenix Suns need some help.
There they do. Facts. If he wants to prove his career, I think Phoenix.
If you ask me, I'll send him overseas.
Actually,
prove itself again and then bring him back.
Actually,
because right now,
I'm gonna give you a sleeper team. I think he can go to and could be a little bit of a help, but also could he be making a little bit of noise though. There, Melo brings a little noise everywhere he goes, but he can actually help out that young core in the Pelicans. They lost Anthony Davis. Now you have the 3 young players from the Lakers
and Zion
down in New Orleans. I think he can help change that dynamic core around and build it
with that
himself.
Veteran presence.
Exactly.
But you gotta be willing to come off the bench because that's what the role they're going to offer him. Because these young boys that's in New Orleans, they doing numbers. Yeah. They banging. So they shooting. They running. You need and here's the thing. Melo plays a lot of ISO ball.
That's true. But his best games is when he's in the 2-point lane and when he's in the paint and he steps, either he step back or he'll turn around on you and shoot a shot.
I mean, that's great and all, but if you're not willing to come off the bench and be that veteran voice, what good are you?
Yeah, he don't have that speed no more.
He's older in age, man. He's no LeBron James.
But he does not have a ring.
He's no LeBron James, nigga. LeBron James gonna be like 90 years old coming down the court with the ball and ain't lose a step. He's no LeBron.
He's gonna play with his son. That's all LeBron wants to do, play with his son.
You know what? I think LeBron gonna end up leaving before his son gets there.
I doubt it.
I think he's gonna retire and then his son gonna come into the league.
I doubt it. I think LeBron is gonna stay until the son gets in the league.
I got a son.
Well, I mean, if his son is anything like him, you know where he's going. He ain't going to Cleveland. He's coming to LA. Well, LeBron James Jr., if he's any good, he's coming to LA.
Well, this is what we're gonna do here, gents. We're gonna wrap it up with final takes here on the show. Final takes on the topics that we went over here.
Phoenix Suns said my best bet for him.
On 3 topics here, our final topics. One, Melo being, since we just wrapped up with Melo. Final take on Melo.
Melo needs to really
Phoenix Suns.
take his back seat and be that veteran voice on a rookie team.
Okay.
That's what he needs to do. If he can produce that veteran, because all rookie teams need a good vet.
Yes.
If he can produce that, Melo will be fine in the league.
Okay. Final take on Melo.
He just need to go to a team that actually he can show off. I still stick with Phoenix Suns. That's a whole young team with nobody.
Yeah, because everybody in Phoenix is young.
Nobody. Take that veteran status, go there and show off.
Final take on Melo. I think he can go to the Pelicans and show up with the Pelicans. Or I think Phoenix is another route that he can go with Melo. All right. So, wrapping up on the 3 quarterbacks, Murray, Jones, and Haskins. Who did you take your pick, or who you think might can potentially shine in this next preseason game?
I want to say Haskins so bad. Gosh, I want to say Haskins. But if Daniel Jones come out and have the same game that he had the following day, you know what I'm saying, and produce the numbers or make the numbers even better, I'm going to have to go with Daniel Jones.
Okay.
I'm going with Daniel Jones.
Okay.
But I like to see more from my quarterback, Kyler Murray. But who knows? My backup showed out more than he did.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, Kyler Murray really has to play.
Yeah.
No,
He didn't really ain't get no playtime.
No, he's supposed to play
Dave said Murray.
next week.
He really ain't getting no playtime. I would
I want to see more of him.
with until Kyler Murray proves himself. I'm going with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones ain't proved himself, but Daniel Jones proved that he could push the ball up the field, and Daniel Jones proved that he could score.
I go my backup
So
quarterback.
until Kyler Murray scores 1 touchdown in the NFL, I'm gonna have to go with Daniel Jones.
I'm going to say, if you give it time, I think Haskins is going to shine all 2 of them quarterbacks.
Well, if that's time,
After and in this next preseason game, I think he's going. After he got his feet wet a little bit, I think he's too excited to be at home. I think that he's going to shine this next preseason game when he gets out there. All right, our third and final take. Zeke, does he get paid or does he not get paid? Final thoughts.
Get the boot.
Final thoughts.
My final thoughts on this is
He get the boot.
Zeke ain't gonna get paid.
No, he ain't.
I'll be honest with you. They done came on TV, national TV, and said they're gonna pay each player accordingly what they're supposed to be paid. What he's looking for, he would not get in Dallas. He's gonna have to go other places to get the money that he deserves. He's not Todd Gurley,
Nah.
and let's be honest about this.
Damn sure he is.
He's a great running back that can produce and carry the rock, but he doesn't deserve it.
Right.
He hasn't proved himself yet. That's my opinion on it.
Okay. Final thought.
Wait, my thing is this. If I'm the Zeke, why should I get paid this amount of money if I'm not producing for the team? Plain and simple. I'm taking it like it is. If I'm not producing, I'm going to go out there, earn my money. Plain and simple. I don't need this thing.
I say on my final thought, Zeke, if you want your money, show up to training camp.
Get out your feelings.
And if you don't want your money
Get out your feelings.
and want to lose 40 grand per day that you don't show up,
Get out your feelings.
do what you do.
Take your time, Paul, out.
But
Go ahead now.
all I know is that if your ass don't show up game 1
Get out your
against
feelings.
my Washington Redskins,
Get out your feelings.
by all means, we don't need you in there.
You got that wrong. We don't play the West. Dallas game 1. We play Eagles game 1.
Oh shit, that's right.
You got
we
that
playing
wrong.
week 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a home game.
We'll talk about that next show. We'll talk about Philadelphia next show once we have, B Love's voice back and he's not out there, whatever. We're gonna have a lot of Redskin fans. Also everybody stay tuned because the Fantasy Football League is out there now. And This guy has got to get his slot in there too before I can open up the league to the last 2 slots. You have to get your ass in the league. Get your ass in the league.
I get signed up today.
Get your ass in the
I will
league.
get signed up today.
Get your ass in the league.
Okay, y'all.
2 weeks ago.
Fantasy Football League is
what happened
starting
when the
up
phone
this
messed up.
year, and it's going to be a hell of a league this year because this is the only time frame that I'm not changing up the league no more. I'm not doing a goddamn thing anymore with this league this year. So if you want to get in, once we get him in there, we're gonna put foot ass this year on this league. Come on, man. And Dave said, "Come on, man. You gotta go to get in the league. Get our schedule right."
I got you, Dave. I got you, brother.
And B Love is in this too.
Pretty soon, there's gonna be some new music coming your way.
Whatever. We ain't talking about that just yet. We're gonna say that for another show. We talk about fantasy football.
I still gotta talk about that shit.
Fantasy Football League, y'all. We gonna start it
I'm
up.
winning this year. Hey, David, I'm coming back. Rematch.
Ain't no league coming back because I'm winning this year and I will solidify
Man,
this
you
year.
said
Winning
last
this
year
year.
you ain't win nothing.
I don't care. I'm winning this year.
Just have my,
Hey,
just have my
it's
reward
me and you
prize
this year
ready.
again.
I
We
got
gonna
the
revenge.
trophy coming this
Revenge
year.
last year.
The new kid on the block.
There's only 10
It's
players
gonna
in the
win this
league
year.
this year, so
The new kid.
we coming for y'all this. I'm coming for every last one of y'all this year.
You sure about that?
I'm coming for all y'all this year.
I came in what? Third last
This
year.
has
I came
been.
in first.
I want to
Third.
say thank y'all for watching the show tonight. Thank y'all for watching our comeback show tonight, everybody. This has been quiet on the set. This is our comeback show of the year, y'all. Football season is back. We are back dominating this year. So
It's on. It's on.
I'm glad to be your host tonight, Mark, aka The Bets. This is Miguel Love. That is
Boy.
Dougie Dub. And that was B Love, the head lead show, because he's under the weather a little bit. He's a little sick this year. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Stay tuned for next week's show. We will be back live next week. Everybody stay tuned for the postings and everything, solicitings and all that other stuff. We coming back strong this season. Season 7, y'all. We still rocking in the building. We out.
Peace.